Hey everybody, welcome to We Run on Reruns. I'm Amanda and I'm here with my brother Eric.
I hope you guys are all doing great this week. We are now well deep into Friends Season 4 at this point. Season 4, episodes 17 and 18 today. As we get closer to closing this whole thing out, which I think, as we just did the math before we started this, we're closing this season out next week.
That's right.
So I know
this one went by fast.
I know you debated this last week. Season 4, still feeling good about it?
I feel like there's been highs and lows, right?
Yeah.
Like there have been episodes that I love so much that are super memorable, and then there's been ones that I'm like, yeah, as we like to say, they lift right out. So it's I'm thinking now that there's definitely going to be other seasons that as a whole I like more.
I will guarantee you that there are, but I will say this season with the one with the embryos literally might be my favorite episode of the entire series.
Yeah, I mean that is such a good episode for sure. So, but it's definitely fun to recap these and just go through all of the details. I feel like I'm seeing certain things in a new way, which makes it fun. But Eric, I have to say, while I'm very excited to talk about these episodes because these are pretty hilarious, Stranger Things is also on my mind right now because the new season, the day that we're recording right now, which is Wednesday, Stranger Things season 5 is kicking off right now, right?
Right now. It's on. It's up there somewhere. It's on.
So
I've not seen it yet. Haven't seen it.
No. So are you guys watching it tonight?
No, with the so we're recording this right before the Thanksgiving holiday, as we will be doing holiday type things during the holiday season. And so with that, no, we'll be predisposed through most of the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, but we will absolutely be catching up on it probably the following week and getting ready. I'm going to watch season 5 like everybody else. But we'll be a little behind. We'll be a little behind.
I guess I'll have to restrain myself from sending you any spoilers then.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Maybe I'll just,
Yeah. Before we jump too far into this one, though, too, I want to, again, thank everybody for following us on our socials, being on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and hitting the like button and sharing and subscribing. And I will say, last time I couldn't figure out who it was that I wanted to shout out, but I have a account that I found today called Talk of the Townsends. They've got 30,000 followers. They do all sorts of different talk on TV and movies, and they did this short or this reel on Instagram that I saw that was all about Friends and who they should have ended up with. And it walks through talking about why Ross and Emily were such a great couple and why Chandler and Kathy were such a great couple. And I just want to say to them, hey, I hear you. I see you. I know I might be the only one, but I'm with you on some of that stuff. I don't know that I could totally get behind Chandler and Kathy forever, since Chandler and Monica are obviously great, but
how dare you?
But listen, she was amazing for Chandler. And Emily's good too. Don't hate on the fact that, this future of the next 4 episodes here that are all Ross's fault.
Well,
not 4 episodes, 8 episodes.
But she is a wet blanket, so I don't know.
What? As we go through them, we will just cultivate this one episode at a time. But Talk of the Townsends, awesome. Nice job. I'm with you.
Nice. So just to remind those who didn't catch our last episode, catch you guys up to where we're at. Last week, Ross was playing rugby. Chandler had to fake a move to Yemen to escape from Janice once again.
Obviously, as one does.
Yes. Monica was obsessing about a light switch. Rachel was throwing a go-away party impromptu for Emily, but it was really as an excuse to try to seduce Joshua, which we decided was incredibly cringy.
It's hard to
And
watch.
yeah, and Joey is now giving up meat so that Phoebe can eat it, and she feels like there's the same level of sacrifice. And one could actually argue that more meat is being given up by Joey not eating it, I'm sure. So, just saying.
Oh, one could definitely make that argument.
Right.
But you know what? Let's just stay with the 1-to-1, even though we find out in one of these future episodes, it's not really 1-to-1. It's a lot more to one.
It's in a different country. Yeah, it's international meat. It's fine.
Oh, that's a different thing too. But anyway, let's jump into today. Season 4, episode 17. This is the one with the free porn, where Chandler and Joey somehow acquire free porn on their TV and are now willing to do whatever it takes to keep it on that TV. Phoebe realizes that she needs to find a job where she has to carry a smaller table, but then learns later she's actually having triplets and gets to break the news to Frank and Alice. And Ross comes by after Emily has left for the airport, but Monica convinces him to go to the gate, and that way she can live out her fantasy of having someone fall in love with a person from another land. And we go from here.
Yeah,
what do you want to do?
We'll get to you, Monica. We'll get to you. I have words.
Issues with Monica? Okay.
Yeah, I have big issues with Monica.
Let's just start with this then. Let's jump into that right now. You clearly want to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
All right, that's fair. So no, listen, I just really looking back on this whole chain of events that occur around Ross's love life, I feel like Monica, if she hadn't interjected herself into this and kind of wanted Ross to play out her own fantasy, her own romantic love story, this whole thing would have been avoided. And I feel like, I think I actually mentioned this in one of our earliest episodes where you were talking about the guys being guys. And I felt like this whole thing where it's like Monica kind of like was encouraging Ross to go after Emily, even though things were still, they like, basically Ross and Rachel pretty much just broke up. I mean, they've been through stuff at this point, but still, they all know that. Even Monica mentions later that, yeah, we all thought that you guys might get together in the future. And it's like, but if you thought that, why are you pushing Ross to be with Emily, which isn't even really feasible because her life is in a different country. Ross has his kid. I mean, they try to make it work, but we all know this is a rerun podcast, so we all know how this goes. And either way, I just feel like this is where we see the wheels start to turn in that direction. And I just think if Monica had just stayed out of it, this whole situation could have been avoided. It would have made for, we need this plot line here because you can't just have Ross and Rachel getting together at this point. But I'm just saying. Yeah.
No, you need the plot. Well, first of all, the plot line is great because you get to see like how Rachel handles Ross dating someone else when it was her idea to break up, right? Like that's always the thing. If it's your idea to break up, theoretically, you're going to be better off than the person who gets broken up with. But when you're the one that does the breaking and you also now have to sit and deal with that person moving on, that is interesting.
I have to say something about that.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Because you could also argue that Ross is really the one who did the breaking up the last time. Like, because he could not let it go and he kept yelling, "We're on a break." Like, if he had just said, yup, and just rolled along with the letter and gotten over it, just as Chandler and Joey, his boys, advised him to do. Ross, you have exactly what you want. Just go with it, dude. No.
You're making
So
a
it's
very
Ross's
good
fault.
point. You're making a good point, and I'm trying to come up with a way to not make it a good point. And I want to say something about Rachel sitting and tapping him on the face about how he should just be such
You know what?
But
Relax, Ross. Get over it.
you're
Move
not
past
wrong,
it.
though. Okay. I stand corrected. That being said, it is hard for her to deal with that. Regardless, it's still
Yes.
it's very interesting watching
It's
this whole thing break down.
mhm.
That being said, in this episode, we really have like Monica convincing Ross to go to the gate, him going and saying, "I love you" to Emily, and her saying,
Oh,
"Oh, thank you."
thank you.
And
Yeah,
then he's got to go back to his friends. And of course, he says, he's telling the story. He's like, "I said, I love you." And what'd she say? "Thank you. You're totally welcome." What'd she say?
Oh.
He's like, "No, I said, I love you." She said, "Thank you." I do like Joey stepping up with the logic here. He's like, "Yeah, so it makes sense, right? Like,
I know.
you,
Yeah.
like, what was it? You went to the airport. You told her you loved her. She didn't. Then you called her on the phone and she told you that there's another guy. You should totally go to England. That makes so much sense." That is a fantastic point from Joey, who we know brings the realistic advice. Of course, Monica is so swept up in her own Hallmark movie here that she wants to send Ross over to England to chase down Emily because, of course, there's another guy. You've got to fight for her.
Yeah, and the guys are, trying to convince him, "Listen, it sounds like it's over." And Monica freaking out, "It is not over. You're over." Monica yelling to Chandler.
Good one.
And he's like, "What?" She's like, "You know." It's just a super random exchange, but I love it because Monica just always gets super heated in the moment and flips out and just, yeah. But I do
for
love
sure.
when I do love when Ross is then leaving and he's going, "If she doesn't call me, then it is definitely over. Unless I call her and she says she'll call me back, but then she doesn't, then it's over." They're like, "Wow, man. Way to stick it." Like,
Way to stay strong.
yeah, way to stay
Boom,
strong.
L right on the forehead.
Oh, God.
Oh,
yeah.
goodness. Yeah, listen, I am for this because if you break it down to like the minute, like the small picture, not the big picture of Monica should be supporting Rachel here, because Rachel, for all we know, is dating Joshua and very happy about it.
Yeah.
But for the small picture here, Ross looks incredibly happy with Emily. And she, by all intents and purposes, is very nice and gets along with everybody. Even Rachel got along with her at the party. They didn't interact a ton, but she did speak out on her behalf about her staying and looking at photo albums. Like,
Yeah.
it's all positive.
It's a stretch. Yeah.
Is it?
I mean, they're
It's
nice
all
people.
positive.
They're not going to be jerks to her face, like it's not. And they didn't dislike her. I just feel like they're
more of a jerk to Janice right to her face all the time.
She doesn't even realize what's happening, though. Yeah. That's,
oh, gosh.
Well, maybe. That's debatable, maybe. But I do love, when they finally connect and Ross then says, "Thank you" to Emily.
Yeah, you get the that was a nice, like, putting a bow on the whole thing. Way to do that. Also, what a great advertisement for Toblerone, right? Like, how often do you see that candy bar thrown around? But we saw it multiple times in this episode.
I've had it and I know it's good. I just can't really even think of I guess it's kind of like caramel, right?
Cannot say I've ever had one.
Oh,
I believe that I have,
it's
but
yeah. I remember
couldn't.
really liking
It's been
it, but
so long ago. I couldn't even tell you.
yeah, yeah. Well, good stuff.
So what do you want to do now? You want to do Chandler and Joey with their porn,
So this
or
is
Phoebe?
one of we'll do the
Because Phoebe's got a much longer story.
yeah, the free porn. I mean, listen, this is one of those plot lines that only exist this isn't a time capsule. This could not
For sure.
because it just wouldn't be relevant today. It's
No.
the accessibility is just not an issue. And so this is hilarious for that reason. And the idea of like them flipping out when Monica even wanted to mute it. Oh, guys, this is, yeah. I do like the exchange with the landlord, though.
With Trigger. Yeah,
with
that's
Trigger,
the best
not
part.
the landlord, but yeah, handyman. Yeah.
Where he's like, oh, I turned it off once. Then it was sad. And you have Joey giving the very detailed line where he's like, imagine a protective porn bubble, if you will. Like, we don't know what'll set this off. No one's going to touch this. No one touches the air around the TV. Both of them going back and forth with that. Great. I find that very funny. I think it ran its course in the first 2 minutes of the episode.
Yeah.
But it was, you know, an interesting obstacle for them to hurdle over, especially when you've got so much going on with Ross and Monica and so much going on with Phoebe.
Yes.
That what are you going to do with everybody else?
Well, I was also going to say, I think it makes it funny because they're in the main apartment now. So like having that on then in the background when everyone is coming in and out, like having pretty dramatic and serious conversations. And yeah, so it just adds to the comedy of it all. And yeah, I didn't really have anything else on that.
No.
So
I don't think anything like that storyline to me rings similarly to the one where Joey and Chandler sat in their Barca loungers and did not get out of them the entire episode. That way they could like call for pizza and Monica would have to bring it over to them because they were not standing. Yeah. So it's like, what do you do with Chandler and Joey? Put them in front of the TV and just, that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Like they'll deliver some lines. They'll make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
And they did.
Well, so Phoebe finding out that she's gonna have triplets. The line from the doctor saying, well, it's really no different than having one. I'm like, really, lady? Like, I love Phoebe's reaction to her too. Are you kidding me?
Well, and that came right after her saying like, well, doctors are often wrong about a lot of stuff. And it's like, okay, well, I think you're wrong about this right now.
Oh, no, exactly. Case in point. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, I really enjoy the way that she tells Frank Jr. and Alice, you know, when you see three people in a row and you think, oh, that's nice. And Frank is like, yes.
Yes.
With the two fingers in the air.
Like, absolutely. Yeah. Like the slow, like the wait time on that. And so then great. Boom. Yes, I do know that.
Yeah, well,
it's the same as a few seconds later, he's like, you know, ever since you told me that we're going to have triplets 20 seconds ago, I think I might need to drop out of college. She's like, no, don't drop out of college. You're in college? Refrigerator college.
Yes.
Because, you know, I like refrigerators.
And that's, and you know what?
Fair enough,
that's
man.
Awesome. And I'm thinking, is there really refrigerator? Because I mean, I know that there's, you know, more generalized schools for like specialty, but like
I have no idea.
Specific to
no
refrigerators?
Idea.
That would be a new one, but I just love the idea of Frank Jr. Yeah.
Imagine it would be some sort of VOTEC program.
Yeah.
But is it a specific refrigerator college? Don't know. I'm not well versed enough in that area to let you know.
Alice can also have her home ec class make clothes like her very own little sweatshop.
Yes, that's so great. Listen, Frank and Alice, I want them in every episode. I want them or Janice or some of these others all the time. Now, I know they wouldn't be as funny if they were on every single episode, but they just hit home run after home run every single time.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
Well, I just love how Phoebe immediately steps up and like wants to help them figure out like because it really didn't even dawn on, well, especially Frank. I'm sure it dawned on Alice, but Frank wasn't even thinking about the added expense. And initially Alice really wasn't either. They're both just very excited by the news, which is the reaction that you hope for, but at the same time, yeah, when Phoebe kind of brought them down to earth a little bit, it's sort of like, well, yeah, like how are we gonna figure this out? And she starts coming up with very Phoebe ideas, selling
I like the
knives
knife sales.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
The knife sales
yeah.
Yeah, the knife sales idea is very 90s as well.
Oh yes.
Like
Absolutely.
it's very much like Penn and Teller trying to sell encyclopedias.
Yeah.
It's the door-to-door random object salesperson.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't exist now. You're going to look on your Ring camera and be like, no thanks.
No thanks.
Like, don't even come here.
Yeah, no way. No way. Especially a box of knives. Like, I'm good. And then there's also Phoebe's idea of opening a Saturn dealership, which I appreciate.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah. But
that comes from the profits of the knife sales.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And but the best though is Phoebe and Rachel coming in and saying that they have this great idea and that Phoebe and Frank can go in on a business together using the van that was for catering. So I guess they still have that around. And use it for a taxi and massage service where Frank Jr. can drive people around and Phoebe can give massages. And she's telling Chandler, and she's like, yeah, we can fix up the van, bolt a table to the back, and do you know what we got? And he's like, a place that no one will ever get out alive? And then Rachel jumps in, it's Relaxy Taxi. She's like, and Phoebe's reaction here, like, the name was my favorite part. Oh my god. And then when
I came up with it. No, you didn't.
Yes.
So good.
She
so
flips
good.
out, yeah. And
flips out to an extent that all the other characters are like,
what?
whoa, she's serious about this. Like insanely serious. Maybe this is the pregnancy kicking in, who knows, but she is off the charts.
Listen, the hormones for triplets, I can't even imagine how insane that would be. A wild ride. I can't even. But Phoebe saying like, well, you said relaxy cab. No, relaxy cab. And she said, that's no good. And Rachel reminds her, it's relaxy cab, like taxi cab. Oh, yeah, that's better.
You know what? Question upon that.
Yeah.
Is it better?
I think Relaxy Taxi and Relaxy Cab are both fine. I feel like Relaxy Taxi is actually better in my opinion because you have to like know where the enunciation lies in the other one, which is clearly confusing. So
I agree.
Yeah. So
I mean, just for advertising purposes, Relaxy Taxi sounds great.
I agree.
Like, I feel like there's so much you could do with that. Relaxy Cab, I get it. But nah, I'd rather go with the other one.
That being said, just imagine, Eric, take yourself into a spa oasis. Oh, wait, no. You'd be getting into the back of a panel, like the panel van, so no windows, bumping down the streets of Manhattan on a bolted down table with Frank Jr. driving. And Phoebe giving you a massage, which she might bite your butt. I don't know. Like, that's just something that happens.
Probably not.
And horns blaring outside, like the stopping and starting streets of someone jolting around in a van where he's been up all night with triplets. Like, yeah, how relaxing is this sounding?
Not at all. Not even a little bit relaxing. It's a great idea in concept to say, let's take a skill that I have and let's utilize that in one 100%. Way. In practicality, we never see Relaxy Taxi come off the ground, and it probably shouldn't. I mean, just rolling up to people in a van saying, "Would you like to come in here and get massaged?" I just can't even imagine the reaction.
Or it's like an Uber.
And this is so far before Uber and stuff. Like, this is the other thing.
Yes.
I mean, we were told as kids, and I've heard comedians give this bit a million times. I don't know who it was. I'd give credit, but I can't. We were told as kids not to get in a car with strangers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know.
We were also told as kids not to give out our personal addresses online.
Yeah.
Now, I will give out my personal address online to get a car with a stranger to come to my house to pick me up. Like, what is that? That's insane.
Sebastian Maniscalco, I'm not even going to try to do the bit, but
oh, is he the one that does that?
A funny joke about this where he's like, yeah, like we wouldn't have given out any of our information before, and now we're just waiting on the side of the street. Like, I think that's him.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah, that license plate looks right. Let me just get in this random car that pulls up.
I have heard stand-ups do that joke. I don't know who it is. It very well may be him. He actually just had he had a
that's so funny.
Does he have I think he's got like a big special on Hulu right now. Actually,
he might. Yeah, I think that he did just have a new one come out. Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I think it's there.
He's pretty funny.
So hey, if that's your joke, I apologize for not knowing your name out of the gates, but Amanda knew it.
That's right.
You saw him, didn't you?
Yep, I've seen him a couple times.
There you go.
Yeah, yep.
So now we're going to jump into season 4, episode 18. This is the one with Rachel's new dress, where Phoebe gets to name the third baby and comes up with names like Cougar or Exxon before deciding to settle on one of her friends' names. Emily is heading back to London, and Susan is going to show her around, and Ross is not a fan of that. And meanwhile, Rachel cooks a dinner for Joshua, but really it's Monica. As if Rachel was going to cook anything.
Yeah, this is a very random move from Rachel here, but I do enjoy.
She's lost her mind.
Yeah, I don't know. She's just
lost her
being
mind.
Very un-Rachel all the way around in this really kind of more situationship with Joshua. But yeah, it is pretty great though. When Joshua's reaction, I think this is the only moment that I kind of think that his character is funny, is his reaction to the birds. That
yes,
it's so great. And that was the reason why then they had to go back to his parents' house. But, you know, his reaction to farm birds specifically, and Rachel saying, well, it would take a long time for them to peck their way over here because after they kick them out. And he's like, huh?
That's not funny.
Yeah. And he's clearly like sweating and cannot even be in the next room over. It's like, wow. So
yeah, but I'll tell you what. So they decide to pack it up and they go back to Joshua's parents' house because he's house sitting for them. They're out of town on a European vacation, so no big deal. And they head back over there, and essentially Rachel goes and changes into some lingerie, only for, while she's doing that, Joshua's parents to show up. And he takes them to like drop their coats off somewhere in some room. And as he comes back in to Rachel laying out on the couch, so do the parents. And this is where I absolutely love Josh's father, who looks at her and goes, I like her. She seems smart.
My God. Yeah. Matthew Perry's
And
dad.
I think, did we talk about did we talk about that off air? Yeah, that's Matthew Perry's dad.
I can't remember if
Joshua's
we're recording
father.
that part of the conversation. I think we're just talking about that, off of a show. So, yeah, that because actually, Eric, when during this rewatch, because we had mentioned, you were like, yeah, I don't know, you might not realize it's him until, you find out that then there's a connection. And then when you see them, it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I mean, this time for some reason, it really stuck out to me, probably because Matthew Perry was that much older, that they just started to look that much more alike, because I really saw in the eyes, I was like, oh my gosh,
Well,
they have like the
listen.
same smile. I just feel like they look a lot alike. Yeah.
I would say they look enough alike, but I going back and thinking, do I know off the cuff this is Matthew Perry's father? Like, as a first time watcher? No, I don't. I definitely don't think that it is. And I see it more now. I actually hear it more than I see it. I feel like his cadence and delivery of some of his lines, even when he says things like, okay, so we're going to go out to dinner and you'll wear that, and we're going to go have dinner and you'll be wearing that. It's very Chandler.
Yes.
That is very, so
Yes.
I hear it more than I actually see it. And, I genuinely love that scene. I love Rachel jumping up and then trying. Oh yeah.
Not ready.
Trying to come up with the line like how can I explain this? Oh, I work at Bloomingdale's and they make us try on the clothes and then we respond back. I was like, this is really smart. This is really smart.
Yeah.
This is really smart from Rachel. Very quick on her feet to come up with this. And then she scribbles down on a piece of random paper, USA not ready. Maybe in Los Angeles. There you go.
Oh,
maybe.
No. Yeah. And then the fact that she actually...
We say that all the time in this house, by the way. USA not ready. That is a common phrase that we have thrown out for a number of things.
Yeah, I can see where that could be used in a lot of ways. But it's it is just a really funny scene, and just imagining the fact that they went out to a restaurant and she was dressed like that. Oh, yeah.
I can't, like, even if that's your job to wear that, you're now out with the parents and be like, listen, I can see you're uncomfortable. I'm going to go get changed. I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
Yes.
Like, that's the easy excuse. That's the easy excuse. You don't have to go.
What would your excuse be for having your other clothes at their house, though? Because she was saying that she was just wearing that as her dress.
I don't know.
I would just be like, gotta go.
You know what I would do? Yeah. You know what I would do? I would ask to borrow clothes.
I would just say, you know what? We're really not that close anyway. I'm out. Yeah. Like, she's hardly even been out with Josh. Now she's going to go have dinner with his parents. Oh, my God. So weird.
Yeah, and she said when she's explaining it to Monica, something like, well, and then the waiter spilled water and I jumped up and my boob popped out. And Monica's like, oh, my God. She's like, nah, it's okay. I got it.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, okay.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, then.
I don't like. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
This, Rachel.
No.
This ain't you.
Well,
this ain't you. This is so weird. But hey, it is what it is. Okay. I want to talk about the Ross, Emily, Carol, Susan side of this. And I just want to footnote this. I guess I'm not footnoting it. What am I doing? I'm pre-noting it with the idea that Ross is justified 100% in this entire little story that goes on today.
Yes.
That is my thesis statement. Yes, thank you. I should have wrote those before.
Okay, so
he is justified.
Okay. Well,
you don't believe. Okay, let me just paint the picture that Ross paints himself and says he is now dating Emily. Emily is living in London. Susan is going to London. Emily's going to show Susan around. They're going around having a good time while Emily, like, Susan's so great. We're going horseback riding. We're going to the play together. We're doing this. The last time Ross had a committed relationship where the girl was with this woman specifically, of all people,
Okay.
They got divorced because, well, what? What do you mean, okay?
Are we making the argument that Susan, like, turns women gay?
No, I'm not making that
Carol
argument.
was on
I'm not
both
making that
teams.
argument at all. No. Well, yes, but I'm not making that argument one a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
I am. but I am making the joke. I'm not making the joke, making the point that Ross is right to be paranoid. He's dating this girl who's now going out with this other girl, and they're having this great old time. And the last time he did this, he lost the girl. He lost his wife to a totally different, sexuality, basically.
So a couple things on that. I think more than anything, Ross has the right to be more like annoyed that Emily is like hanging out with the person that his ex left him for. Like, just that whole scenario in general is weird. That being said, I mean, Ross is on really good terms with his ex.
Oh, yes.
He walked her down the aisle, and so he's kind of made like a little bit of even though he clearly doesn't.
He
like
clearly
her
says
still, I mean,
he doesn't like Susan
scene.
in this episode, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I love when she comes out with, she's like, yeah, it's because he doesn't like me. It's so funny. Like,
he's like, well, she's right.
yeah. And I mean, and so I just think that I get that piece to it, where it's like, listen, it's always going to be, that would be super weird. Like, if they didn't have a kid together, they would not be hanging out.
No.
They would not just be spending time. So the fact that they're not going to hang out, but I think that also that then really shows how serious, Emily is, and really wanted to be connected to just people that know him.
Right.
But
I mean, she's entering this parenting team, really, theoretically, not officially yet, but
not
shortly.
at this point. But but my favorite part to this whole storyline, though, is when he's talking with Carol about it. And he's like, so you can't see in any scenario, they have a couple drinks, one thing leads to another. And she's like, well, maybe. And he's like, oh my God, I didn't really believe it until you just said it.
That's what I'm saying. It's what I'm saying. Listen.
That scene is just so funny. I'm like, oh my God, this is when we start to see, talk about Red Ross. I feel like from this point out, like, there are just seasons of Ross like losing his mind.
And listen,
these moments, and it's always cracks me up. I love that from Ross. So
I do like the walk down that the friends girls did, where they're like,
Carol
when you were in
really
high school,
messed you up.
When you were in high school, you were super loyal to all your girlfriends, super committed,
and they cheated on you all the time.
Weren't worried about it all, and they all were cheating on you. Then Carol cheats on you, messes you up, and you become this like enraged, jealous sycophant. I don't know what that means.
That's what she
as Phoebe
says.
says.
It sounds right, though. Yeah. That's Phoebe. Yeah.
Yes, it is Phoebe. Yeah. It is spot on, though. Yeah. It's a correct analysis of where Ross is, and again, I do believe that Ross is justified in feeling that way, especially when it comes to Susan.
I love when Monica's like, "This is so much fun."
Oh yeah, like, okay, Monica, chill out. Like,
this isn't fun. Yeah.
Like, that's, you don't need to do that. You don't need to say that. Come on. Okay, let's get into Phoebe then here too. Or you have more? I thought you were done.
No, I'm just saying, like, I hear what you're saying. I just,
Thank you.
I do. At least at the end, Monica comes back with really trying to center him, though. And it's like, don't let what happened with Carol, ruin what you have now with Emily.
And he did dial it back. He did dial it, because when they got back at the airport, he was at least reasonable. But But
it's true. No,
I get it.
It's
I get it.
well,
though.
and this one because though this isn't something that he's gonna have to deal with. It's not like she's in London all the time
No.
and they're not hanging out regularly. This was just like and I think that would be an issue if that was the case.
I mean, that's the thing. I just understand it. I think if I was in Ross's shoes and my ex-wife is now like engaged with this other woman and my future girlfriend is hanging out and having so much fun with that person, I would be a little weirded out too. And I totally get it. Totally get it. But now let's talk about Phoebe, because Phoebe's got a big job. Because Alice comes in and is basically like, listen, I want to name the girl baby Leslie, and Frank Jr. wants to name the boy baby Frank Jr. Jr. Isn't that Frank the Third? Don't get me started.
Oh, Cougar.
But, so they're gonna have Phoebe pick the name, and she immediately goes to Cougar, and she goes, "You think about it." And in all honesty, Cougar's not bad. Cougar's not a bad name. Listen, I'm not saying it's a great name, but it's better than some of the ones she comes up with later. The more she thinks about it, the worse the names get.
I thought that Alice's response was effective and needed. So you think about that, Phoebe. You just think right about that. And
well, the next one she suggests was Exxon.
Yeah, right. Okay, fair.
It's a hard pass on Exxon.
Cougar over Exxon. Yeah,
Cougar's not bad. Cougar could work. It could work.
Well,
I'm not saying it's great. It's not bad.
No,
though. Listen, I go into this having named 2 children, knowing that I tend to pick more traditional names. So in my own personal life, I'm not picking Cougar, but I get it. As a teacher who has seen a laundry list of names and spellings of those names, like Cougar's not bad. Now, if you spell Cougar with like a K, now we're getting all sorts of weird, and I don't like that anymore.
Yeah, I like when Phoebe's like, yeah, don't pick Ross. What's wrong with Ross?
What a weird way to kick me when I'm down.
Something like that wouldn't have happened if you'd been a Hulk.
If you've been the Hulk. It's true. It's true, it wouldn't. I will say, if you're picking, you got Chandler and Joey. You're picking between Chandler and Joey. Mm-hmm. Where are you going here? You going Chandler or are you going Joey?
Well, Chandler has more of the unique quality.
Sure.
And as we learned, can also be for a girl. So that works out. Although
we do learn that. Not intentionally.
And Joey actually could also be used for a boy or a girl, actually. So both of these could be. I think I'd actually
argue that's more interchangeable.
Yeah, I prefer. I think that Joseph, I really like that name. So I probably would have gone with Joey if I had to pick between the two. But how about you, Eric?
I mean, Joseph makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph is also a big family name on my wife's side. So if it was us, we certainly would have gone that route.
Mm-hmm. And on ours.
Yep. True. Chandler, a little less so. But I will say, I love the way that Chandler manipulates this situation.
Oh my gosh.
And he immediately, like, when Joey rips on Chandler for Chandler being not a real name.
It's a non-name.
It's a non-real, stupid non-name or something like that.
That was mean, Joey. Wow.
I mean, he just went right at the throat.
He went for the jugular.
And Chandler played him from there. Like, just absolutely went down the rabbit hole of, oh, I'm really sad about this. And Phoebe fell for it. The whole thing with, maybe I'm a Clint. No. Maybe am I a Mark Johnson or John Markson? No, you have to be Chandler.
Or a Gene.
Although I will say, What's Up with Gene is super funny. When he's like, what name could I pull off? Gene. I'm not Gene. I'm Clint. I'm Clint. What's up with Gene? That's so good. I laugh at that every time. I don't know why. I just do. It's funny the way it's delivered.
Do you know what?
The fact that they don't care at all that he's not having it. Well, it's good.
It just dawned on me what this reminds me of. We always like to draw the comparisons between the show and How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
The Swarley episode. What's up with Swarley?
It does ring a little true to Swarley.
They just keep
and I'm not
going.
gonna lie, I do like that episode. That is funny.
Sparkly. Yeah.
That is a good one. That being said, I would say this part of this episode brings most of the funny. I do like Rachel with the new dress. But the Susan Ross side of it all is way more serious than it is funny.
Yeah, but Ross flipping out though, I don't know. I love
good.
that to me.
That's good.
That's
true.
Like pretty much my favorite moment of the whole episode.
It might be. No, it's USA Not Ready is a line that I go to a lot. I find that super funny.
I like her.
You know what? This episode's getting better the more I think about it.
I know, it really is.
Think about that with my ratings. So now we're going to jump into our IMDb ratings section of the episode where we stack up our ratings versus your ratings as have been voted on at imdb.com. We're also going to give you our favorite and least favorite characters of the episodes as like a 2-pack. And let's see here. Let me quickly go back to last episode. The last 4 episodes have all stayed like 8.3 or lower. Like they have not been our higher episodes. I do think we have a chance to get a little higher than that today. But I'll go first, or I'll let you go first, I should say. Amanda, do you want to start with favorite or least favorite, and who is it?
Oh, for the characters.
Yes,
so I'm
for the characters.
going with Phoebe as my favorite character. I just really appreciated the whole segment of her coming up with different ways to make money, the, relaxy taxi situation. I also like the conversation with Frank and Alice. And just really funny. The funny scenes with Joey and Chandler about the name too. It was just, she was my favorite for these two. How about you?
As I think back on both of these episodes, I'm torn with a lot of people in the one with Rachel's new dress. I like a lot of what a lot of them did. So then when I stack that with the one with the free porn, I think I'm going to land on Ross as my favorite for these two. I will say a secondary shout out here to Rachel, who I've actually voted, I think, my least favorite the last couple. And I don't like what she does with Joshua. It's not great. I think she is the USA Not Ready, the fast thinking on your feet, the whole line about being at Bloomingdale's. I like that really. I really do like that scene. That is really funny to me. And shout out to Joshua's dad, who would be voted long before Joshua on any of these lists. Matthew Perry's dad, Joshua's dad, same guy. He's great in his brief moment. As for least favorite, boy, this is tougher. I think I'm going to settle on Monica. Is it Monica? I think it is. Is it? Yeah, it's Monica. And I will justify it with literally everything you said at the very beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
It's Monica because she pushed Ross to go to the airport and chase around, and as much as I do genuinely like Emily, that that didn't need to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it comes to the second episode, she's really left out without anything. She's not really involved in any of the key stories. She just kind of fills in the gaps. So because of that, I'm picking Monica.
Yeah. I have the same pick for my least favorite, Monica. Yeah, just all the stuff I said before, pressuring Ross to go to the airport, to just move things along super quickly, to live out her fantasy. Yeah, Monica was just my least favorite in this one, even though she did have the good advice about, at that point trying to tell Ross, hey, don't let your past experience now impact your current relationship. But yeah. But how about the ratings?
I will say,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, and before I get to the ratings,
Yeah.
I'll just say this. Frank Jr. also. Like, Frank Jr. is great.
Yes.
If like just him saying yes makes me laugh every time. And then the line about, ever since you told me we were having triplets, I've been thinking.
2 seconds later.
It's 5 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so for ratings, I am going to rank Rachel's new dress higher than the one with free porn.
Okay.
I am going to rate, so the last few have been really poor. And I think Rachel's new dress does not qualify as a 9. So I don't think it's super close to that. I think it's an 8.5, 8.5. That's where I'm putting on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so the one with free porn, with the Ross chasing Emily back and forth and Phoebe learning she's having triplets and Frank Jr., I'm going to knock that one to an 8.3. I'm going to make that a little bit lower, but I'm going 8.5 and an 8.3. How about you?
So I really enjoyed I ended up liking the one with the free porn more for this rewatch.
Oh.
And I gave that one an 8.7.
Okay. All right. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, these two I just found really funny. Yeah, even though I'm like, oh, these ones with Emily, they could be a little bit rough, but
No, they're good.
But it is still, yeah, they have really funny moments for sure. And yeah, and then the other one, the one with Rachel's dress, I gave that one an 8.5.
You gave that an 8.5. Okay,
Yeah.
so
I think we've rated that one the same. I just did, the other one was just higher for me.
So you went 8.7 and 8.5. I'm jotting this down in my handy dandy notebook. Okay, so we both went 8.5 on that.
Mm-hmm.
On that one, but we went 0.2 of a point higher or lower based on the other one. So as I pull this up, the answer is the one with the free porn is higher.
It is.
It is.
Okay.
It is an 8.5, literally smack dab between us.
That's
So
funny. Yeah.
I don't feel too bad about my 8.3, and you shouldn't feel bad about your 8.7. But yeah, so that one actually gets the 8.5. What I do feel bad about is the one with Rachel's new dress, which I gave an 8.5, as did you.
Yeah.
And it was my higher episode. It is an 8.1.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So a
So-
lot of people gave it lower scores. to
Lower
kinda get
ratings.
there. Yeah.
I'm thinking it has to do with the Susan and Carol and Emily angle. Otherwise, I'm not sure
I think
why.
that
Like
part
the
does-
Phoebe naming story seems really funny. Rachel out to dinner seems like that's the best Joshua is.
Yeah, I think that really the Rachel part of the episode sort of carried it. In my opinion, it's like that's kind of what carried it, and then the other parts are sort of like they were
The
funny.
Phoebe
Like
section was
I love that Ross line, but otherwise it seemed like it didn't really need to happen,
Yeah,
So.
I hear that. The Phoebe side of that, which I thought was the funniest part, you're right. Rachel's side of the story did carry the episode. The Phoebe side was the filler side, but it was also really good every time it was on screen.
Yeah.
Between the boys arguing about their names, Joey basically chastising Chandler for not having a name, and then coming up with all the ridiculous names, putting Ross down for having a, like, this would never happen to Ross, to the Hulk. Yeah, so I have to imagine it is the Ross, Emily, Susan, Carol side that drags that down, but I'm really disappointed because I like that. I thought that was funny. But I understand Ross. Ross. Let's just leave it at that, and I'm good with that.
Oh, we have a lot more to go on that plot line. And
we sure do.
Yeah, we'll be talking about this for the next several Friends episodes. So for the next podcast, and I'm
standing here. I'm standing on this. Emily is not as bad as people think she is. I'm not saying she's great. I'm just saying she's not as bad as everybody says.
All right, let's take it easy.
Well, thank you so much for listening to the We Run on Reruns podcast. Please check us out on our socials, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, subscribe and follow and repost stuff. We really appreciate all of the support we've seen there so far. Again, check out our website at werunonreruns.com where we have all these episodes in full, not to mention Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever else you've found us so far. For Amanda, this is Eric. Enjoy watching episodes 19 and 20 of season 4 this week. Happy rerunning, everybody.
See you later, guys.